Hello everybody, this is a little hawthorn. It's the 14th of March today, and if I bring the tree a bit closer to the camera, you can see that the buds are beginning to shoot, but you can also see that this tree has started to develop a terrible reverse taper and a lump just here. I really like the base, and really, it has it's quite evocative of old hawthorns, but I decided I just can't deal with this lump, so it's time to rethink this tree. So I am going to repot it, but before I do that, this piece has got to go. So let's do that first and foremost. Before I lose my nerve, before I change my mind, getting into it, it's such an odd little lump. As you can see, it was chopped here as well, so if I remove these branches that are kind of in the way, that's better. Okay, so there you can see that ugly old lump. I haven't cut the spikes off this one yet either, so yeah, darn things. The good thing with these spines on a hawthorn is, I suppose I should call them thorns. It's a hawthorn, not a horse spine. But yeah, the great thing is you can cut them off, and they don't bud back as with the thorns, as it were. They don't grow 10 extra thorns to spite you. The thorns stay gone, so that's a good thing and worth noting. Okay, so that's giving the tree a different character, and I feel it needs a different position in the pot now, so that came out very easily. Again, no sign of any vine weevil though, so that's a good thing. We can live and cheer for that. Okay, so don't know what happened to the piece of wire holding that in place. It's not there anymore, so let's sort that out. Let's sorted out the drainage screen. Now we can begin to sort out this root ball. I'd like to get this tree more central now in the pot. I'm not sure where it was heading. I'm not sure what I was thinking with it when I was working on it last. But sometimes you look at a tree and you think, well, I'm going in the wrong direction with this tree. And that's okay. You can always change your mind. With the caveat, of course, that if you cut something off, you can't put it back on again. Let's not use my new cutters for this work. Let's use the cutters I reserve just for root work. That root's just been going round around the pot for some time. All the feeder roots on the end. We'll get them cut back, these chunky roots, and then we'll get some feeder roots on this end. On these ends rather, and that will help the tree no end. Much better for the tree in the long run, because it hasn't got to transport all the goodness from the feeder roots back up to the trunk, up a long section of root. So I could bring that piece in and round as the new leader, or I could go down another spot to there, but I think I'm inclined to go with that. I'm going to keep the gnarly old strange looking root base. Do you know what? I'm going to just go for it. I'm going to just lose that. That might seem very drastic, rethink, but I'm liking this movement more than I liked all the rest of the tree. So it's back to the drawing board for this tree, and we will see where it takes us. I'm going to have to take off a little bit more root from here, but that's okay. I've taken off such a lot of top that I don't need to worry too much about balance. How much more root do I want to remove? I want to keep enough root to keep it stable in the pot. And I really like this odd arrangement. Not a classical Nibari, I know, and the experts will tell you it's not right, but it's the kind of thing I see in the hedgerows and you know, places where I walk Cooper around the place, and that's what I want to see. You know, I've got some trees that I grow that are kind of classical bonsai shaped, but these just speak to me somehow, so that's what I'm going with. Okay, so get it in the pot. And see if I can get it a little bit more central in this oval pot. And a little bit more because I want to raise those roots up above. Yeah, liking that. Okay, so I'm going to put in some controlled release fertilizer. Totally unusual looking bonsai, I know, and obviously it's not a bonsai, apart from the fact that it is a tree in a pot. It's not a bonsai. This is quite a stiff piece. I'm going to try and wire it up. I'm going to use an oversized piece of wire. I put that between the roots there. That will anchor it quite nicely. And then I can bring that up. And there's my growing tip, which eventually will need to come a bit more that way. This branch in the back here is a bit something and nothing. Just going to shorten it back to that bud. So there we go, how not to bonsai, or what to do when you're not happy with the top of your tree. You can go for a restyle. As I say, this is in no way a classically pretty bonsai. I still need to get a little more oomph into that. There we go. Let's get it on the turntable. Okay, so that's definitely something rather than nothing, but it's now got a long way to go to become an anything, really. But I like it. I think it's the beginning of a setup of a start. Does that make any kind of sense? I'm in two minds as to whether to post this video, but I probably will. Just so that in a few years' time I can look back when this is looking quite nicely and wonder at the transformation. Okay, so here's a quick 360. It's probably not what you thought I was going to end up with when you first saw that tree, and it certainly isn't where I had planned this video to go. I was just going to be reducing that top and getting rid of that ugly lump of reverse taper, but and then I saw something else in my mind's eye, and that's where we went. That happens sometimes. I guess the moral is that if a tree is not developing as you wish, obviously you can't cut back a conifer, but with something like this you can cut back and almost start again. So thank you so much for watching. Please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe.